And one way to do that is
Okay, sorry, problem with the computer. We're up and running, guys. Thanks.
So my sheet would say Dave's wildest goals.
Everybody have a blue?
And some people call it their bucket list. Whatever it is, I want you guys to have some fun with this. And don't worry about anything except for money's no object. Time is no object. You can do or have anything you want, just have fun with it. As most people never do this in life. That's why they just allow things to happen. They just let, they're good with the paper scraps. They're okay with where they're at. It's okay. It's just how it is for people like me. And I'm just saying, guys, this step will make a different person out of you. If you really do it. And number one, write down all of the things you would do or have money with no object. Just have fun with it. And I encourage you guys right now to hit pause on this and do that. When you're done, come back.
All right, I know a lot of us have done that. We did it over the weekend.
Your list. And let's go down your list. And guys, I'd start with a list of at least 40 things, 50, 60, 70, 80 better. But start with at least 40. Maybe it's a new pair of shoes. Maybe you want to move. Maybe it's a vacation. You want to go on a cruise. Maybe you just want to go out to eat more often. Maybe you've been wanting to put a theater room in your house. Maybe you just want to have one night a week where you go eat at a nice restaurant and go to a movie. Maybe there's specific places you want to travel. Maybe there's a car that you want. Maybe it's hobbies. Maybe you like to golf, fish, or hike, or something like that. I want you guys just to really, really have fun with this. Your wildest and crazy goals and dreams, and write them down. Then the second thing is we're going to relist them. We're going to go through from smallest to biggest and just go through all of them. And we're going to relist those things. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go down that list and you're going to ask yourself, if I was making an extra $500 a month in my home-based business, could I have this? And I want you to put a check mark by all the things that are on your list. So you're going to write them all down. We're going to rewrite them down from smallest to biggest. And then we're going to say, if I was making an extra $500 a month, what could I have? You're going to go down your list and put a little check mark beside it and put 500. That way you'll know if I'm making an extra $500 a month, this is what I can have. What I want you to do is I want you to go up to like 1,000. And then I want you to go up to 2,000. And then I want you to go up to 5,000. And I now to start with, I would go over 20 or 30,000 a month just to really get dialed in to what you really want. If you get to $5,000 a month and you start checking off things and you just realize that the hair on the back of your neck stood up, that's where you need to be. That's your number and what you should be shooting for. Guys, it's a goal setting exercise. And it's so simple, it's so short, and it's so powerful. And people who do this, who know where they want to go, who now begin to choose the things they want to like, guess how that comes across when you're visiting with other people about this business? They know where you're going. They want to be a part of that. You just become that person that people are attracted to because they know you're not just allowing things to happen. You are choosing things to happen. Guys, if you really want to put some power behind this step, get pictures. Go online, go see things. If it's a car, go stand in front of the car, sit in it, have somebody snap your picture. Go online, check out some pictures. There's some amazing places online. You can Google stuff. You can find pictures of anything in the world you want. Guys, when you do that, your mind switches. We think in pictures. That's how we think. And if you would take these exercises and do them, just like I listed, and have some fun with it, you'll be different. You'll be different when you're talking to people about this business. And once again, guys, I encourage you guys. This is step number 1 of the 8 steps to financial freedom. And then, like I said, you can go to pmgallAccess.com. They're right on the front page. Download them. You can make CDs. You can load them on your iPod, whatever you want. There's also a workbook. It's all there for free for you too. And but this, I just wanted to break down just in a couple minutes because I think this is the most important step. If you look at steps 1 through 8, this is it. If you get step 1, you can do this whole business. And it's something that's so missed in this industry. Sometimes we focus so much on the great products and the great comp plan and all these things. But right? We can have the greatest of all those things. But if you aren't here and know why you're doing it, none of those things matter. They're out of sight, out of mind, because you're not going to do it anyway. The one common denominator is you. And all of us, the energy that we have to build this business, the power behind us, what we plug into our power source, It's our dreams and goals. It's our dreams and goals, and it's us changing that philosophy and that mindset, that programming from, oh, I get paid 40 hours because I worked 40 hours to, while I'm working, what if I work 2 or 3 hours and build it up to where I was getting paid 3 to 4 times more than my full-time job? Guys, you can do that. That's what this business does. So I encourage you guys, take a few minutes, rewatch this, do these steps, share this video with all the new people that you get in the business. Because I'll promise you, you get a group of people together to start choosing the things they want in life, you get a group of people together to start writing down the 40 or 50 things they want, your business is going to take a life of its own. We'll talk to you guys later.
Okay, so has anyone done this full process of write them down and then write a monetary figure next to it? See, that was different because I wrote 4 or 5 things down Saturday.
You want to come up so you can
Yes. So I wrote 4 or 5 things down Saturday. I didn't relist them, and I didn't put something in the margin there. You know, what level of income would allow that particular goal? So let's give it like 5 minutes, because I think if we don't want to think about it a lot, because we really know quickly what we want to do, what our dreams are. So let's give it about 5 minutes and try and get as many as we can on that sheet. And I am just starting fresh here.
Want some music or something?
No, I think we're okay.
Well, you never know. I want something new. One should be open.
You getting your spin? Yeah. Okay. You want a spoon? No, you take it. I've already done 6 cents.
Me too.
Where's the house at?
We got about 2 more minutes. Okay, time. So let's cut it off there at the moment. You can always add to this list. Now, let's go back, as he said, and in the margin to the left, put in the amount of monthly income that would allow you to do that particular goal.
I thought it was 1%. We're done.
What's that?
I already did that. I did it as I went.
Oh, okay.
Don't go ahead, Andrew.
Too late.
Stay with the group.
No. The group will drag you
Yeah, stay
down.
on track.
The group will drag you down, my friend. Prefer to be the 5% than the 95%.
Did he say to
Yeah,
max
well,
out?
we're all 5%ers here.
No, he said 30K.
30K.
Like 20 to 30K.
Remember the paradox. Early bird gets worm, second mouse gets a cheese. And that wrestled that one.
Did you break it?
No.
Oh, okay.
As I said, I'm pretty clear on my training all the time.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
yeah,
this
no,
isn't
yeah,
really,
yeah,
it's not
no
like, oh
problem.
my God, how did this happen? No, this is pretty simple. You wanna hear about yoga plans?
No,
In Ohio? You don't?
not really.
Well, I'm gonna make your ass come in. Just so I can say, this is my friend Andrew, listen to his story. It will happen.
I do actually need to go to Cincinnati.
Well, I'm going there once a month starting August. Who doesn't want to go there? Be in Cincinnati,
I want to go to Ohio.
specifically Westchester.
Now, how come nothing's cheaper than 20,000 a month?
Was it?
How comes nothing's cheaper than 20,000 a month?
Okay, does anyone have 30,000 a month they need for one of their goals? Okay, hands up. Okay, so just 3 of it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
All
okay.
combined.
So I had one too. Did that feel a little different? I mean, for me at the Pitcocks, I had never really written so many, and I had not assigned a value there. So feel a little bit more internalized there on motivation.
Yeah, because you look and you go, well, if I just do that, I could have that.
Yeah.
Why don't I just do that?
Right. So, yeah, one of the things too that I find I am not doing is I'm good at writing that down and then not looking at it for long periods of time.
Right.
So are you folks looking at them daily, a lot of you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Morning and.
So in fact, I went into Heritage Makers and made myself a dream board that sits above my bed.
Really?
Yep.
Did you print it out?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, print it out, yeah. Went to Heritage Makers.
Do you do that online or?
Yeah, just did it online. They
That's
print it out,
cool.
they send it to you. It sits
Wow.
above my bed. Sue does it. She's done it as well. We've got 2 dream boards above our bed.
Uh-huh. Nice. Good piece of information. So you go online, you do that and.
Yeah, you do it in Heritage Makers.
Uh-huh.
If you want at some stage, I'll, if anyone wants to do it, I'll do a training on Heritage Makers.
Okay.
Heritage Makers is actually pretty cool, and it's an unused
Yeah.
resource. There's a lot of really cool stuff in
A
Heritage
lot of
Makers.
gifts, maybe.
Yeah, a
to
lot of
people.
gifts, the cards, you can set up cards to a mailing list, so for people's birthdays, you can send out birthday, monthly mailings and birthdays. Yeah, no, there's a lot of real interesting stuff in Heritage Makers. I'm not gonna take it away now, but
Right.
at some stage, if you guys want a Heritage Makers training,
Can I,
I'll come up and do it.
that's awesome. Can I speak to this, looking at your goals and dreams thing? Real quick?
Yes.
Cool. Real quick, because, yeah, you guys know me, and I'm a bit out there, and that's the way I like it. I know, right?
What else is there?
I believe in disclosure and honesty. I'm at 90%. 90%, I wake up, I have Augmendinos, greatest salesman in the world. I read that. Within 15 minutes of me rising, I pick it up, I read it. I read my goals and dreams. And there are some people, Stuart Wilde will tell you, don't share your goals and dreams. You're really, share your one why, share your why. But I believe now, some of my dreams are my dreams. I can tell some of my dreams, but keep my damn dream. But it's got to be daily. So, and I say that in all gentleness because I certainly have staggered to my bed under the influence of alcohol and thought, the last thing I want to do is open this thing up and look at it. But I also know that when I wake up in the morning, I'll go, hey, guy who had a little bit too much to drink last night, thanks, that guy. Because this is a simple thing. In your mind, that Brian Tracy, who here knows what Brian Tracy calls the first hour of the day? What does Brian Tracy call the first hour of the day? Come on, people.
Golden hour.
Golden hour, goddamn. Golden hour. It's a golden hour. Your field is totally ready to be just whatever you're throwing in there is what you're going to get. So you got that 1 hour, and how long does the subconscious process what we put into it? 15 minutes before you go to sleep. How long? Anyone? Bueller? 4 hours. Whatever you put in 15 minutes before you go to sleep, your brain's churning 4 hours. Most people put in news. They fight with their spouse. They look over at the myriad ways this person has disappointed them without finding any kind of a mirror. So good things, morning and night. And there's some things I can't stand up here with conviction and ask you to do. This is one of them. Love yourself enough. And if you don't know about the greatest salesman in the world, it's simple subconscious programming. It's scrolls that you read 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night, and it seeps into you. You can't help it. Sooner or later, you're just a nicer person. You're like, why am I a nicer person? Well, because it's all about love. Oh, I didn't know that. So I say this in all sincerity. Read your miracles. Keep it a short list or your vision. And if you need me, email me, and I will send you a Think and Grow Rich based formula that you can plug in and you can read again. And it's a sheet you print out and you just keep it with you, because I've used that too. Basically, that's what Nick does when he codifies his goals and dreams down into that thing.
Mhm.
So if you need that, email me. Thank you for your time.
Yes.
That's all I have for you.
Okay, a lot of us were at the training, which was Friday and Saturday, and was fantastic. Yeah. Were you there both days?
Both.
Yeah, okay, good.
I bugged out before the present.
Before the what?
The late night preso.
Yeah, I did too.
Presentation.
Yes, I had another day. But I wanted to go back over some things, and so Lisa, you're going to get quite a dose of the Pitcocks here. But there was a lot of people, and it's not going to take a lot of time, but there were just so many gems in there. I wanted to give you some of the highlights of what we heard, and I would encourage Angela and anyone else that was there, if you guys want to interject some stuff, by all means, feel free. We heard not only the Pitcocks, Dave and Barb, we heard many other top achievers, and I think I was pretty impressed with really almost anyone that's a top achiever is a pretty good conveyor of information and enthusiasm and goal setting. And I think it's all part of the deal, because one of the things they've done is they've decided to take leadership roles, and therefore they've decided to stand up there and risk a little and teach others. And they really care about the success of others. And that's one of the, I think one of the overriding themes was that you've got to have a dream. You have to have personal development on a constant and consistent basis, and you got to care about others. The success of others will bring you there. I mean, that's just what it's about. You can't just enroll without any design for the success of those people. Because honestly, that's what they expect. And to distinguish yourself on, it isn't just about getting you involved, it's about making you successful, taking you to a different level. So one of the mantras, our mantra we had was, do you remember?
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can. Yeah, that was one of the first things we got from Barb right off the bat on Friday. And another thing, I've just gone through this and done some yellow highlighting. People are begging for hope. They want people to lead them. God, that is so true out there. So many people are just followers. If we come along with conviction and an answer and a dream, people are waiting for that. And all we have to do is have a strong enough dream and a strong enough conviction, and they will follow. It's a very unique presentation to people these days to have someone come in their life and say, I want to change your vision of your world and your success. Barb said money is just paper. Okay, so we all know that, but her point there was, once you have enough money to where you don't have to worry about money, that's when you really start living. I mean, it kind of gives me chills when I think about that, because that we're just so hung up every day. I got to pay the bills, you know, and I don't care how much you make. It's unless you have it just be the extraordinary numbers we can get with Youngevity and be over and above maybe the thing we love to do. Maybe we'll choose to not do the thing we're doing now, but maybe we'll choose to do that and then just have this backup income, which will become forefront income that'll enable us to really start living. Because I think once you don't have to worry about the money, then you make the choices that are most empowering to you. In that same vein, a lot of the presenters said it's okay for it to be about the money. And in fact, the most powerful and successful people in the industry, it's about the money. Money makes the dreams happen, and money makes the energy to lead others and to be successful. One of the things that was also talked about was when you bring someone into the business, we have this feeling that people either have a fear of success and therefore shut themselves down right before maybe they're to achieve that, or they have a fear of failure. And I can't remember which speaker said this, but I thought this was pretty profound. They said, really, people don't have a fear of failure. They have a fear of the suffering they will feel with the failure. So the point of that was, when you bring someone into the business, it is very important to let them know what you are willing to do. And particularly, you will be with them to share that feeling, because if you don't share that feeling of them, Tom, you were talking about this one night. I think our first night when someone was going to show up, we were saying, they said they would be here. I didn't hear from them for a while, and then they came. You know, and the range of emotions there, had they not shown up, would have been, you know, it's like, oh, damn, I'm done. I just can't do this, you know. But if you have a sponsor and someone leading you that says, this is going to happen, but I understand, I felt it too, and the dream, the vision, what ultimately can be gained, we can get through that together.
As part of the bringing in your sponsor, one of the big things I picked up was you're marrying that person.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and that was an overriding theme too, that the culture is what we do. And so if Kent Huff buys a CEO pack and gets to SCMD in a certain amount of time, and that's what everyone does, why is it any different than IBM, where there was a time you work for IBM, you show up here, you wear a blue suit, you sit at that steel desk, and we all do this, but we're all very successful. And so I think it's the same thing. And Dr. Arriza told Nick and I that new recruits need small bites, but great clarity. I thought that was beautiful. You know, don't overwhelm them with a lot of stuff. Small bites, huge clarity. We get our money back in 7 days. We get SCMD, and then that's what I did. You buy a CEO pack. So Sanjeev Javia spoke to us. Do you guys know who Sanjeev is? A lot of you do. He's really cool. He's he is on the scientific board, council. Yeah, advisory board. Graduate of Michigan in microbiology, really a brilliant guy and very passionate. Actually, his talk that night was pretty cool because it was really different. It was, boy, he was very emotional, which had more kind of power to it. But he was talking about, he goes, I hear people talk about momentum out there. And, you know, he was actually getting kind of ticked off. He said, you know, momentum is a scientific term. It is not, you know, like, oh, we got momentum. He goes, an organization can have growth, but not momentum. And so you're wondering, well, what's the difference? Well, the difference is momentum is group energy. So we can have growth. You could have a very successful, we've seen it in very successful people in business, very successful people in athletics. They have growth personally, but you know, their teammates hate them or their employees. There's not the synergy of momentum, everyone working together. So I thought that was an interesting and insightful piece of information that helped me. I can't remember exactly who said this. I think it was Dave, but he was started to talk about the 8 steps, and basically Barb and Dave, when they get someone in the business, no, I think this was actually Fred Van Loo, but he said, if you're not going to train, don't join my group. I mean, that's great. I think we should all tell people that. It just isn't going to work, you know. It doesn't work. I have people in my organization, and they're always here, and it's working, and others that aren't here, and it's not working. They just go hand in hand. But I think that's part of that upfront clarity. Tom or Matt?
Well, what's occurring? Has anybody been listening to the Eric Worre stuff?
Yes.
Yes, all the time. Love it.
And have we all gone over like the game plan and all that? Because that's what this really speaks to, is setting expectations within the game plan, the 24-hour enrollment, and setting that up. And I'm guilty. I have to do that with my guy, with Jason. And so no, because it is, because then you can ask them how far you can push them. And how do you want me to show up for you when you don't show up? Because that's what happens. And then if we show up for them in a way that they don't want, then we're jerks and they're statistic.
Right.
But I think it comes down to, and I am guilty of not doing this yet.
Yeah.
And
No.
well, so I say that, but I'm committing to that interview because I'm listening to Eric Worre, and it's all culture, and it's all mimicry, it's all the mirror, it's all, and so, I'm excited we have those things in place. Sue's working on that stuff. If you don't have it.
Sue is. Oh,
Yeah.
terrific. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
not
Sue's
that
doing
I'm putting
great
another
work.
thing on Sue. I'm just saying she's great.
Alice, do you have a comment?
I do. Is there anything wrong with enrolling a person that you know for a fact does not want to build a business?
No.
But not just getting the product, but how I enroll those people is that they're still going to want to get their money back. So you get the CEO pack and you get 3, and then you'll get your money back, but no expectation is to coming here and doing training. They just really want the products to get well.
Yeah.
And that keeps your.
No, I
you
think
wanna
that's
have
totally-
those people also. I mean, not everyone's going to be.
Right, but for you, they cannot be an A. They've got to be a C or a D. Yeah, you can't spend much time with them.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah, so Jim Ryan talks about this too. He talks about the difference between the one-on-one attention and then the group presentations, attention. So they can still invite them to the group meetings and work with them as a group, but don't be wasting your time one-on-one with them.
Right.
And get them all their contact list.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's right.
A
And I've
lot
got,
of duds know a stud.
no, in fact, I've got a guy in real estate up in Longmont. I'll take him up to Longmont wherever he is. He's going to go to Scott's meeting on Monday, and he says, "Oh, I don't really want to do the business, but I'm kind of interested." This is great. I just want your contact. I want your network. So I'm up front. That's how I want to play, and he's okay with it. So.
But he's getting interested.
Yeah, he's getting interested too. So we're playing it interestingly too. But we'll see.
So don't write him off.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm just setting him up that way. It's not that I'm writing off. I don't think everyone wants to come here on Wednesday nights and be
No, I don't.
powerhouse.
I don't want to be
and
here
the
right now.
Pitcocks and the convention.
I'm just being honest. I don't want to be here right now. This is Saturday, no.
But
I'm
it's
here because
still a
I'm making
good.
my life change, but not everybody wants to be here on a Saturday. You gotta be honest about that crap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, who wants to be here right now? And
Yeah, actually, yeah.
awesome. Thank you. I'm just saying. So I'm here and I'm fully present, god dang it. So
Yeah.
do this.
um,
I guess my point was that to me, there's different kinds of prospects.
Yes,
right,
absolutely.
yeah.
That's how I
Well, and I
deal
think
with
that
them.
the initial kind of intake or interview and what is expected, and just say, hey, I understand you don't want to be a business builder right now.
Mhm.
You want to buy product. You might introduce some other people because you're going to be feeling better. Let them take that slow. But I just want you to know, training's available on
Right.
Saturday. You're welcome to come.
Right.
If, I would say if it started getting very labor intensive, in essence, if they weren't willing to plug in from the standpoint of a business builder, you've got to make a business decision on how much time. And that can be, there's a lot of leeway on that. It could be a very good friend and you're glad to help them, or you got to say, hey, you really need to call this number or whatever,
Right.
or you can find all of this online and maybe not spend as much time.
Right.
In that same vein, if you have a system, you don't have to feel guilty if your recruits fail because you gave them what they needed and they didn't plug in.
Right.
So with great clarity of this is our system, it will work if you work it. Another thing we did this weekend was we said, my name is and my number is, which was good. And that number was your monthly income number. My name is Kent. My number is $20,000 a month.
And one of the other things I plugged in with that was the number you're going to get is the number that you need. So it's okay to have that higher goal, but plug into your need and you'll
Need to get passionate about your time for maximum efficiency. We're all in business to some degree that, running our own home, that's just so true. I look at that all the time. Upstairs at Huff Insurance, I can make, if I look at the commissions I make on an annual basis, the hours I work with 3 weeks off, and when I'm doing Huff Insurance, it's a pretty big number per hour if you take all the commissions and what I work. And then I find myself putting this piece of paper over here and doing something like, why am I doing this? Yeah, Robert, you can relate. So,
Yeah.
But it's the same thing with this. We got to really refine and define, what is making me money in network marketing, what activities, and because the dentist, Corey Golden, hilarious talk at National Convention. He goes, some people, they listen to this video in the morning at 6, and then this call all day long. They're listening to all these things that are good to listen to, but has anyone come to a meeting in a month? You've got to, it's about relationship, knee to knee across the table, talking to people. That is most effective. And that takes a little courage, because as I was talking about at our lunch, it's like, oh, you're doing that thing, so you got to be proud of what you're doing and know the ultimate goal and know that,
That goes to when they said, stop stepping over the $100 bills to get the penny.
yes, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Because that's all your distractions.
uh-huh.
Just to get you penny.
The dog poop.
Yeah, yeah, that came quick.
Okay, rules of the invite. I think we're all really getting better at this, but we're not telling them what it is. We're not mentioning Dr. Wallach. We're going to pique their curiosity, but don't answer the curiosity. Listen, oh, that's an ancillary. So those three things, excitement rules the day, enthusiasm rules the day. So, I mean, I've been having so much fun with brevity that it's just kind of like, hey, you got to go to lunch with me. You know, I got something I got to show you. You know, like Nick said, if you really stick to that with conviction, you don't really, you know, what's it about? It doesn't scare me. Don't worry about it. You're going to love it. You know, I mean, it's just coming off my tongue like so easy now. And I think the hardest thing is just to try it. It's like, you know, but, you know, you internalize that with enthusiasm. It's just not a problem. Barb talked about, and this is on has everyone listened to the first night in Youngevity at PMG All Access? Okay, good stuff. And Barb went over it, but visualizing the money tree, okay? Basically the point of this, John, was that, you know, we're afraid to call someone and tell them about this opportunity, but she said if you shifted it over to, you got a money tree outside your back, and who would you call if you go, you can pull all the money off, new money will grow, and you can bring your friends into this. I mean, have that kind of vision about what you're doing for people, because truly that is the case. And so who would you call, and would you wait to call them? I mean, if it was as simple as that, you, Mom, this tree just, you know, come on over, but you got to pick it, but you do have to come over, you got to do that piece of the work, you know, so, you know, interesting.
I liked Scott's addition into that, where he said on Wednesday, you know, I've got a money tree, but I can't pick anything off. I can't get $100 bill unless you come out and pick one next to me.
Oh, wow, I missed that,
So,
yeah.
I
That's
loved
for I
that.
read.
Yeah. So you have to help people together.
I have a blue spruce in the backyard, and I actually thought maybe it was dead. We planted it about 3 years ago, but just recently some blue tips have been coming out, and it's like, that was like kind of hit home. I thought, wow, there's that money coming in there.
Maybe they're $100.
I'm gonna take a picture and send it to Barb and Dave and say, hey, my money tree.
I'll be at your house.
Yeah. Okay, there's a new thing. If you were there, you know about this, but Barb Pitcock is doing a 7 p.m. call Monday through Friday.
Yes.
I've got a number and a pen if people are interested in that.
Go.
For the opportunity call.
It is enough.
Go, go, go.
It's
But I thought it
good.
was
the
at
number?
6.
It's 6 o'clock hard start.
6 months.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
6
sorry.
our time.
Oh, yeah, I wrote that in the, 6 p.m. now.
6 o'clock.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
559-726-1300. PIN number 676838. Okay, Kurt Vandekamp spoke. He's a great guy. He's
Yeah,
like
Kurt's
the
great.
mild-mannered, I really don't want to speak, but I will, you know, type of guy. But then he's just brilliant. Yeah.
Yes.
I was really curious. I was like, I wonder how good he'll be, because he just kind of seems kind of shy, and he's fantastic, you know. He's definitely the strong, silent type. But he said something beautiful. He said, I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's effort
Jack Bulgari.
than 100% of my own. Who?
Jack Bulgari.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's see here.
Yeah.
You have to be someone that people respect and want to be around. So a lot of this is character, confidence, belief. When you're talking to people, Scott is brilliant at this. Nick is really very good, but you talk about questions related. Tell me a little bit about, you guys remember the acronym FORM, right? Okay, if you get stumped, start moving into FORM. It works fantastic. Tell me a little bit about your family. What do you do for a living? Occupation. What do you do for recreation? I love to go fishing, but I don't have enough time. Really? The M is
That's it.
the message. We have a plan to help you with that. Free up some of your time. So that works very well, because you can work through that. People really appreciate the fact you're asking those questions. If you're asking those questions, you're controlling the conversation. Family.
And And after you work through your form, if you are in a space where you're seeming to get a lot of questions, do the Eric Worre, and after you've gone through the F and the R, F and O and R, then you look at your watch and go, oh my gosh, look at it, I apologize, I've got to get out of here real quick, blah, 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 you've been great. If it's a secret or whatever, then you have an excuse to leave and you're not setting yourself up for the questions where you puke.
Right.
So
Nice.
after you go through that space, then it's like, gosh, it's been great talking with you, Kent. This has been wonderful. You've been fantastic. I haven't serviced like this in a long time. Boom. Then I got to go. Then you're out. You're expecting me to leave, and you're giving me the importance of, I got to go, dude. Other things to do, but you were awesome.
Right.
So,
But then at the meeting, they talked about maintaining control of your meeting. So if they start asking you questions, flip it back to asking them a question. So now you're back.
well, yes, but also they're not going to ask you a question. Once you go through family, occupation, what they like to do, then when you say, oh my gosh, I did this at Home Depot yesterday. I called Sue. I did this at Home Depot. I'm calling Lakita at 3:00. Lakita is celebrating her 12-year anniversary at Colorado Springs. She's taking her son yesterday to get on the plane to go to Indianapolis to visit her family. She has a 1-year-old. They like to just hang around. Her husband's been working at a job that he doesn't necessarily like, but it pays the bills. She told me all this. This wasn't even hard. And then I was like, Lakita, I apologize. I've got to go. You've been fantastic. I haven't, had service like this in Home Depot in a long time. And I said, if I had a way for you to spend more time with your babies that you love so much, would you want me to keep a secret or tell you? Well, I want you to tell me. If you write your name and number on this, I'll give you a call tomorrow at 3:00. Is that cool? And she didn't give a shit. Okay, I'm in. I call her at 3:00 today. Well, I'm gonna have coffee with this woman. It's not hard
Nice.
if you follow the deals, but if you don't set yourself up, and you have all the time in the world, which we do ultimately. We do and we don't. It's the paradox. Embrace the paradox. But I'm just saying it's, combine this stuff together, because otherwise you hang yourself and then you feel as though you have to. I'm the dumbest person you're going to meet for the next month. I don't know beans. I'm going to point people to Kent or Sue or Andrew. I don't want to be that person. So I'm just saying, create that urgency if you're in a one-on-one exchange, and then there's nothing to be afraid of, because they're going to go, absolutely. If you talk to them and you know how they tick, because by the time they get to family, occupation, and then what do you like to do? They're going to tell you. And then it's easy. It's not hard. It's better questions. And I'll stop talking.
No, that's good.
Can
No,
you just, excuse me, Kent, just repeat that? If I had a way for you to spend more time with your babies, would you be interested in hearing more about that? Is that what you
Would
said?
you be interested in hearing more about that, or you want me to keep it a secret?
Okay.
That's
Do you
beautiful.
want me to tell you, or you want me to keep it a secret? I'll tell you if you want. But you want me to keep it a secret, and that's not really what you want. It's cool. Then nobody gets hurt.
Yeah.
You can put anything in that.
It's like release.
Yeah, you can put it, and they're gonna tell you what it is. They're gonna be like, well, I like to ski. Well, I love to ski. How often do you ski? Once a month. That's, you want to ski more? Yeah, I mean, that blows. Obviously, I know that you're not carpooling with me.
So if someone asks you, is it network marketing?
Is that what you're
The
looking
answer
for?
is,
Is that what you're,
yes.
is that what you're looking for?
It is network marketing. What do you know about it?
I love that.
That was Kurt. Best invite for you, you know which one it is? The one you will use. I like that. There you, don't we have all those kind of choices in a lot of areas of our life?
Every single damn one.
Which one are you gonna use,
Which
man? Okay, if we don't give people the opportunity to say no, they'll never say yes. If you think about that, like, I'm so scared they'll say no that I don't ever ask it.
Yes, question,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, so,
Then we're done.
Nick touched on this the other night, but there's a book, titled An Enemy Called Average. Good book to read, according to Scott and Nick. We can't make people too big. Good thing happened this week. We can't make people too big. No one is untouchable. They aren't any better than us. I'm constantly surprised. I mean, I had a family, I just thought, man, husband's handsome, wife is beautiful, kids are, money's no object. It's a train wreck behind the scenes, It's crazy, yeah. So you can't exclude someone because of your perception of where they're at. They could, oh my God, thank you so much. I've been looking for this. Yeah, I make a lot of money, but I have no life. So keep that in mind that, you could do just a great service to someone by offering it to them. No one's too
Okay,
big.
everybody has something that we're giving, which is time, money, and
That's just what I was gonna say. And everyone has wants, needs, and desires. And everyone needs more time, money.
great minds think alike. Yes, they do.
Kurt also talked about, creating that urgency that you touched on. I only have 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Is now a good time, or should I call you back later? But just like, I have this extraordinary opportunity. I can't tell you what about right now, but can you come to lunch? You'll be amazed. You just can't wait to get off the phone, and just hardly, the perception is they don't even have time to ask you what is it. You're just like, hey, it's so good you can't even believe it. Just come on over. I gotta go. I've been doing that. That works really well. Invite is no longer than 2 minutes, and that's actually, given what I just said, that would be pretty long.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, Scott talked a little bit about Scott, by the way, at the boot camp, did this unbelievable rendition. What do you call it? Simulation of an invite. He was like, stop, and then he would do the behind the scenes stuff. It was pretty cool. But one of the things he said was, people will join you when they get a validation from a higher authority. So, if I'm talking to one of Rob's prospects, or if Rob's talking to him, and I'm here on a Wednesday night, hey, nice to meet you, Cody. Are you in with us already? No, not yet. Really? Oh man, this is unbelievable. Rob's a great guy. He's doing amazing things. Get that, that young man hears this old businessman tell him it's a good
And
deal.
in the meantime, Rob walks away. That's the important part.
Right.
Thank you. Rob walks away and we start talking. Cody and I start talking. I just like, Rob is great. He's doing unbelievable. Gosh, he's so focused. What an amazing kid. You're so lucky to have him as a friend. He showed you this opportunity. Help Rob out and your other friends.
Mhm.
I sent this out to people. I love this quote. 20 seconds of insane courage can change your life. Man, when you kind of think about that, you think about, someone's holding a gun on someone, you go, God, this is life or death. But, really, at times you got to be pretty courageous here too, because, that person's too big. I can't do it, And if you just think about, how painful can it be for 20 seconds? I'm going to give it a go. And you get, a Tom Chenault under you, and all of a sudden you're like, you don't even have to worry about it. Or the guy that's between Scott and Tom.
Yeah. So, yeah,
Tell him that one.
found out the other day. I thought Scott was directly under Tom, but apparently there's another guy between Scott and Tom. He's an SEND, doesn't really do anything in business, gets 12 grand a month. Just got Scott. Doesn't do anything. I didn't realize that. Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize that until like last.
He's probably the highest paid SEMD in the company.
Yeah.
No, there's another one. Tom gave us another one. You get the SEMD, and you get the right structure around you. You can actually just keep back, and you got a couple of workhorses there.
And Mr.
Okay.
Andrew is meeting with me and my Mr. Big today.
Sweet. That's right. That's 3 at Starbucks. You'll have to text me that or call me. Barb says, after we get someone to Wednesday night, we get someone to a Wednesday lunch, follow up in 24 hours. There's a lot of enthusiasm we're creating at that table with Scott and Nick. And it's like, wow, I don't know what you're selling, but I'm in, And, don't, it's like a Tony Robbins deal. People will jump off buildings and then, 2 days later, it's like, what? What happened? So really gotta try and let's see, Dave had a great close. What was that?
What do you guys do to lunch on Wednesday?
Where do we do them? Or the lunches are at the Wild Game. You know where that is?
Nope.
It's across from Bergen Park King Supers. It's the old movie theater, if you knew that.
So that's 74 in Boone, by the way.
It's like you-
Speaking of which, do you know this week if you're doing like an 11 and a 12 or,
For lunch,
yeah,
the only thing I know about is 12. Yeah, that's kind of what I shoot for with my people.
I
It's
was
12.
trying to get 11.
Trying to get 11.
yeah, I was
I'm trying
hoping
to
for an
get a
11, well, not for me, but my buddy Matt.
And you want Scott, or I think Nick could probably, well, Nick can't accommodate you.
Yeah.
I could, if you wanted, or, yeah, I would be glad
Nick will
to.
still be out of town?
Nick has a private training from 11 to around 11:45
Oh, right.
on Wednesdays. Yeah.
You did a great job before Scott got there.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, you did a superb job. I mean, you pretty much
Nick won't be back Monday.
told the deal, and Scott was kind of reiterating what you had already said.
Oh,
right.
Oh.
Well, thank you. I
I wouldn't
appreciate
hesitate
it.
having you do lunch at all.
Well, I'll be glad to. I'm available.
Wow. Yeah, like, no, that'll probably work.
Okay, let's see here. I am at the end of the things I think I wanted to convey. Anyone that was there have anything else to add, or?
Some will, some won't. So what next?
Yeah.
The end.
With compassion.
But
Oh, this was pretty cool. Barb Pitcock, her closing. Opportunity meeting. Sit down there. Where would you like your checks to come? You're going to get a free website. How would you like your free website to read? People like, I don't get my Social Security to anyone. You're going to make some money, and you're going to be a legitimate business. I need your Social Security number if you want to get paid. Check or credit card, which works best for you. So, great stuff.
And part of the culture I have here that we want people to join, we want people to do something. We want them to get residual, which will keep them.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Does their sales department answer the phone, like, let's say, you just said check or credit card, so if somebody's got a check, can you send somebody up over the phone without doing it online? Just.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, good. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, good. I haven't ever done it that way. So you could
I
get them
never
on.
have, but I know you can.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like.
No, well, yeah, you could do it that way, or if you just wrote down their information, you could call them in and do it yourself that way.
Or you write it down. And you just gotta make sure you get all the.
Well,
you
they
have to
take
get
it.
the county, you need to make sure you have their social security, their birthday,
Right.
and then there's some other little details,
That
so as
one
long as you
can
have
do
that,
on your phone, too. You can do it with your phone.
yeah.
Do it
Were we
online,
gonna,
on the app.
do something with the paper applications? Then a number or something,
Yeah, that's what.
If you're presenting to a group, you wanna have some paper.
paper
applications, you're not gonna be able
just
to,
to kind of,
you know.
I like that.
Everybody
Kinda
down.
like-
I was thinking that, and plus it kind of seems like it takes
I mean, I
away
just
some of
thought
the
it's
anxiety.
something, 'cause then people
You know,
have
doing it
something.
online sometimes, it like takes a while, and all of a sudden they're sitting there like getting antsy.
Right.
Like on a paper application, you just write it all down, like you're
I mean,
done.
I just thought,
There's no 404
I think we have numbers
Right,
and then.
right, exactly.
We had 9 new people here on a Wednesday, and then we can find out how many we get. She always goes after the ones that didn't enroll.
Well, and part of the other reason for
Why do
having
we get
paper
them?
copies here for opportunity meetings is if there are a number of people who want to sign up and there's only one computer, then they're waiting around and they might lose some interest. So
Right.
by getting them to fill out that paper application, you keep their interest a little bit longer.
Well, and there's a psychological deal that goes on if, I'm like,
It's a very sexual.
yeah, Sue's been a guest and here you go. And would you like to get going tonight? And then, if you're holding something, she's now compelled to say yes or no.
Yes.
Whereas if you want to go online, it's like, no.
But then they have to answer right
Yeah.
then.
Where do you get those, or do you have them?
Well, I guess we
they're
can download them.
Yeah.
You just download them on the,
Business resource.
business resource center.
Everything is on the resource center. Everything and anything you ever want, spend some time on it. It's a great place to go to.
Okay, Rob, we got our second video, which is 3 reasons. Okay, so this is 3 reasons by Barb Pitcock that people don't join you. It's about 8 minutes. It's a good one.
So it is only three. She had said four when she was talking about it. I'm like,
Hi, my
four
name is
reasons people won't get in. I'm like,
Really
only
what I want to
three.
share with all of you.
I know she did. I had the same problem.
That I have found that people will
A little more
not
beads,
join. They absolutely will not join no matter how good your product, no matter how good your company, no matter how great your tools, your system, your upline. If you do not solicit these three things, nobody will join your business. So after learning the three reasons why people don't join you, I have found an easy way to eliminate all excuses, overcome every objection, and figure out the real reason that's keeping someone from coming on board, from filling out that application, from buying that product, from getting online and signing up and saying, I'm in, let's go do this. And I want to share those three things with you in this short video clip, and hopefully it will help you increase your sponsoring ratio, start closing more of the people that you spend your valuable time talking to, and not just you, but your team will start to duplicate. So I have a long all-day training that I do with closing techniques and phone skills, but this is really one of the most powerful points, and I just wanted to share it with you real quick. I hope that it will help you as much as it's helped me. So if you're talking to someone, I'm talking to someone, and I say, are you ready to get started? And they say to me, no, actually I don't have the money right now. The one thing that I've learned is the first thing that people say is really a lie. It's not the real reason. It's like when you or I go in to buy a new pair of shoes or a dress or a fur coat or a car or anything that we might go buy. When we go in and we look at that item, we get kind of excited about it, and we might try it on and it feels good or it looks good, or we're wondering if we should purchase it. And then the immediate thing that happens is we start telling ourselves every reason why we probably shouldn't get it instead of every reason why we should. And so the number one reason why people do not join your business, do not buy your product, or become a leader on your team, number one reason, in my opinion, is that you did not solicit their dream. Their dream is the most important thing. Number one. The number one thing you want to talk about is what is it that they want out of this business. And I always say to people, if you could see yourself working with me, if there was a chance that this might work for you, what would get you most excited? And I spend more time talking about what they want, how they see themselves, if this were to work out, even half as good as we've talked about it working, and I get that going in their mind. No different than if I go into a boutique and I try on some little black dress, and I'm looking in the mirror like, can I really pull this off? Should I really buy this? I look at the price tag, I wonder, well, my husband would never say anything, but some people think, what would my husband say if I bought this dress? And then what happens in your mind is you start finding all the reasons not to buy the dress. Sometimes you'll even lie and say, I might come back. Can you hold this back for me? I need to double check and make sure. You start making up all these excuses that aren't the real reason, they're the sound good reason. Now, if that person that were watching me in that boutique trying on the dress were to come up to me and say, you wouldn't believe how good that looks on you. It makes you look so young and thin. You're going to be the best looking person at your class reunion. You're going to have the most amazing dress at that formal dinner. The reason we buy things is all attached to how we feel about things. And so soliciting that person's dream, painting the picture in their mind, helping them understand the benefit to this purchase and the feeling, the emotion, attaching something to it other than it's a business, it's a product, it's a service, it's a system. They've got to have emotion and feeling. So the number one reason people will not join you, number one is you didn't solicit their dream. So to fix that, you need to solicit the dream. And the only thing you talk about is the dream, the dream, the dream. And when you get ready to close your prospect, you go back to, now, Barb, we talked about this. If we were able to get this dress in your size, if we were able to get you in this company at a business builder pack right now, if you were able to become a CEO right now, and it did work that we could get you into that free car, if we could get you making $2,000 to $5,000 a month, would you have some things that you would want to do with that? What would you do with that extra $2,000 to $5,000 a month? And when they start to talk to me about what I would do with it, at the end, when they're closing me, if they're smart, they're going to go back to, I can't wait till you're driving that free car. I can totally see you making $2,000 to $5,000 a month in the next 90 days. And when you're soliciting that dream and you close with that dream, almost 100% of the people that I talk to join my team. There's only a few people that don't join me. Those are people that don't qualify. The few percent that make way too much money to even look at an opportunity that I'm selling, or the other percentage, and the reason why they don't qualify, they don't have the motivation, they're just absolutely too broke to even get involved at the lowest level. And for that person, they actually need to go get a job, go get a part-time job or something to get them out of their current situation so they can really afford to focus and to build and invest in a part-time business. So I'm using this analogy of the little black dress because all of us can relate to that. All of us can relate to that car that we bought on impulse because of the feeling, because we got in it and we put the top down and our hair was blowing in the wind, or we got in it and our husband was with us and he was revving it up, seeing how many RPMs it had. We buy because of feeling. And your prospect buys because you solicit the dream and it's the way you make them feel. They trust you, they know you, they like you, they trust you. So if someone's not joining your team, if you're not doing well as far as your closing ratio, think about what you talk about most of the time. Are you so full of information and product knowledge and company knowledge and you're just so smart that you never even stop to solicit the dream? Because I see that a lot. And when I do big trainings and I help people and we make phone calls all day long at one of the phone workshops, the number one thing, the number one mistake people make, they talk too much, they don't listen enough, and they never talk about the dream. Now, the second reason people wouldn't join you is really simple. It's just that they flat out don't understand it. Not understanding it is majority of people that never even come to a meeting, never even look at it. They don't even know what they're saying no to. And so how can you close a person with your business builder pack? How can I get someone to become a CEO on my team, or that top executive, or purchase a whole makeup kit, or a whole oil kit, or a whole fashion kit, or whatever it is that I might be excited about and selling? How am I going to get someone to buy in at that level if they never even see the program offering the benefits, the financial freedom, the big money that shocks people into saying, I'm all in? See, most people talk all about their company, all about their product, all about all of this stuff, and they never get down to how it actually works, how quickly that person could make the money. Where does the money come from that gives them what? The dream. Because the number one reason people will join you is they have a really big dream and they believe, they get it. This is how they could get this. They understand, like it's really, really simple. This is what you do. If you do this, you make that. If you make that, you get that. And don't get too smart here. Soliciting their dream, helping them understand it in the simplest way. A video works best, or a Ustream, or a conference call, or something that's so duplicatable that your people can then go do exactly what you did. I never want to take somebody to a meeting where the smartest guru in the whole company does a long presentation that's all polished and sells every single person in the room, unless I've shown them a duplicatable way that when we leave, they can go do it. Because none of us are going to be evangelists filling rooms with hundreds of people in every city in America. If that's what we're going to do, we're going to have one city and we're going to get everybody in one city. Then we're going to teach other people to go be an evangelist, right? Well, I've been doing this for 20 years. And when I had 10,000 people in my organization, those 10,000 all came from eight strong leaders. 15 leaders that I had all, 15 qualified leaders, 8 that were strong, 8 that were out there doing exactly what I was doing, 10,000 people in my organization. All of you can find 8 strong leaders. You're going to have hundreds with interest. But the thing about it is, whatever you do to show the program, people have to be able to see themselves doing exactly what you just did. So this video is for training purposes only. It's so that when people come on my team, when people in other companies stumble across this video, they go, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense. That's what I'm doing wrong. I talk too much. I don't listen, and I never talk about their dream. I'm just trying to sell them on my product. Well, there's this news flash, guys. Everyone has a miracle product. And they'll be sold on the next product just as quickly as you sold them on your product if they don't see the benefit, if they don't see the dream, the feeling, the reason why they emotionally attach themselves to whatever it is that you're selling and promoting. And the third reason why people don't join you is the reason that most people use as just an excuse. They don't think they can do it. And the reason they don't think they can do it is they're not a natural salesperson. Not thinking that they can do it is really just a self-esteem issue. And what needs to happen is you need to say to them, you can do this. I'm going to do all the work if you plug your people into me and the system until you understand exactly what to do. Now that doesn't mean I make all the phone calls, I call all of their people, I close all of their people, I go drive miles and help all of their people. That means I'm going to get on a three-way call and plug their people into the system. And you've got to have a system. If you don't have a system that everyone can use and duplicate, really what you have is a job. And I can show the plan to do a great job, and 100% of the people in the room will come running up to me afterwards and say, I want to get in, I want to get on, I want to get in. But the next question that they would have is, when are you coming back? And if I say not for a month, they're not going to do anything for a month. So I have to help them believe that they can do it. So back to the 3 reasons why people don't join you. Number 1, you didn't solicit their dream. Number 2, they didn't understand it. Number 3, they don't think they can do it. If they have a dream, they understand it, and they believe that with your help, they can get started, get their feet wet, and eventually grow and learn and plug into the system and grow to have an income like you or like the person you're edifying, they're in. And not only are they in, they're going to bring every one of their friends in because they believe. Belief is everything. An ounce of doubt will sink the whole ship. And if people have doubt before they join, that's normal, but you have to help them. You have to take them as far as they can see, then they're going to see a little bit further. So the next time you're getting ready to close your prospect and they say to you, oh, really, I'm just too busy. I just really don't have any extra money. I don't know if I know anybody that would do this business. You have to ask yourself, which one of those 3 reasons? Did you not solicit their dream? Because if they have a dream, you can go right back to them and say, in addition to that, is there anything else that's keeping you from getting started right now? And then they'll tell you the real reason, and it's not usually money. Because if they would know